The best show in Africa continues. If you're out there, great conversations are just about to unfold. And of course, Friday Night Rave, this is where the party begins. But of course, every great conversation starts. But before you even get deeper into conversation, Claudia and Isabo, 1xBet is something really amazing. You've already talked about your favorite team right now because the EPL is over.
France,
and I know you are supporting Arsenal.
I'm here for the guys.
I know you are supporting Arsenal.
I'm here for the chance.
Right?
No, I'm supporting United.
You were supporting Arsenal.
Never in my
life.
life.
Manchester United fans watched our games more than they watched their games. Did you know that?
I said, at least we've won a Champions League. Huh?
Yeah.
14 years ago.
Oh,
14 years ago, TBC.
Honey,
grade 9.
14 years ago.
High school.
Wacha nikwambie, nikiwa class 2 nilikuwa number 1.
Bas. Hata sino no.
That's what you're trying to say. So
I'm
get
so
out of
sorry,
here. But one thing for sure is that each and every time you get to bet, you also have a guarantee that you're going to get your money back, cash back on 10% of up to 10% of what you get to spend. 388 minimal on Airtel, and of course it's going to be your lucky day because outashinda kama uko panic mode, and you can do it as many times as possible. Make sure that you squeezing a ski out on a bet about everything. But this time around, I know we're moving closer towards World Cup 2026, one of the hardest visas to have actually ever score, especially if you want to go to the United States of America. But then that's a story for another day. Make sure that you go on to www.1xbet.co.ke.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And right about now, we want to speak to two amazing people in studio. And today's World Environment Day. I hope I've said it right. And we have two young environmentalists in studio. I want to understand their journey to, of course, being young champions and championing environment and sustainability. I'll start with my the gent who's next to me.
Wow.
Salimia watu nyumbani. You can even give them your Instagram handle. Tell them where to follow you. And, of course, your official names or your stage name.
And your bank details.
So hi guys, my name is Jackson Jeroge. I'd say I'm a young guy.
Yes.
Co-founder of ACC. So Modoni and I run a movement. I've started a movement called Arts and Conservation Conversations. And we're here today to tell you what you do and how we're actually ensuring that we get people to think consciously about the environment. So I'll just leave it at Jack. I've been in the sustainability industry for a while now. And what we're going to present is actually a product of what we've seen and what we've learned. And I'll leave it at that and hand it over to my co-founder here, the lovely Modoni. Take it over.
Thank you very much. That was such a beautiful introduction.
Yeah, you'd think he was paid, right?
Brown envelope.
Hi, how are you? My name is Modoni Njuguna. I like to introduce myself without titles first. So I am a whimsical being who loves to uplift, nurture, and heal others, myself, and nature. And that's why I'm here. So I am
whimsical in kwa wale watu wa mashinani.
Oh,
whimsical. Nafikiria ni mchawi. Happy so.
Labda mimi ni mganga.
Seriously, kuna mtu nataka udili na yeye. No.
Mitishamba. Labda mitishamba.
Okay.
Yes. So whimsical basically means that I love fun. I really believe in spirituality. I strongly believe that we are each ancient beings. And once we connect with ourselves, we'll be able to connect with nature and each other better.
Yes.
And that
witchcraft. I told you. No, I'm kidding. That's on a light.
Absolutely lovely. I want to understand your individual journeys with being very passionate about environment, where it started. Jack, I'll start with you and just get into how you guys have built ACC. So we'll start with your individual journeys and then come together and talk about ACC.
Okay.
Individual journey. So first of all, I'm a polymath. I've been in like different fields. My background was in biochem.
Mnatumia so many.
Oh, sawa.
Short anasema yeye ni chopi.
Sema tu mimi ni curious. Nikiwa mtu
Mimi nasema polymath, hapo pa math.
Hesabu ni
What's that?
No, but I get the one.
See, I'm aware.
Yeah, so break it down so that everyone else can understand.
So when I was a kid, I was a very curious kid, yeah. Nilikuwa ule mtu mwenye alikuwa anataka kujua kila kitu, nilikuwa nafunguanisha mavitu kwa hao, you know. Taking TVs apart, everything, right? And I was also curious about nature. I remember I used to sleep on top of trees. Yeah. I think I fell a few times. But anyway, I got very curious about how things worked, yeah? So in Campo, I actually took biochem because I was curious. I wanted to know, you know, kijikuna kuna what actually happens, you know? When you're eating, how do you convert that to energy, right? And that slowly set that up and started my journey regarding to just my passion about nature and generally how we're wired in our relationship to the universe.
Yeah.
And so about 3 years ago, I got an opportunity to actually work at a recycling company called Mr. Green Africa. It's actually one of the most, I think, known recycling businesses in sub-Saharan Africa, and I founded the Impact Function there and read it for the last, for about 3 years and then left. So yeah, that's where my journey started. And I slowly fell in love with everything about environment, all the actors, started learning about the ecosystem. And I'm here now, and I'll hand it over to Muthoni. She has a more beautiful story, but yes.
Do I really?
I
The pressure is on you.
Sasa,
Like you thought my story
pressure.
was good, so let's see what Muthoni has.
fair
Talk
enough.
to us though.
Well, my journey began nikiwa mtoto. For the first 2 years, I didn't walk. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
That's a very good
Everybody
story for Donna, you know. So the past 2 years I didn't walk.
Sikutembea. Anyway. My sustainability journey and conservation journey began when I was very young. I mostly did something for my birthday every year. So I'd go out to the beach and collect some trash. So I'm born and raised in Mombasa. So that's something I do every year just to give back to Mother Earth, to give back to my community. And over time, I realized, okay, other young people are very interested in this space. However, the way we package sustainability and conservation, it's very far, it's distant. Tunatumia big words kama sisi, wenye unasikia tu hapa, very, very big words. But sustainability has been something that is inherently African. As I keep saying, I think in every meeting we go into, maybe hata saizi kwa fridge yako uko na ice cream, iko na maharage huko ndani. Isn't that sustainability? We all grew up thinking butter cookies were not existent because kule ndani there was uzi and what are they called? Sindano.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I mean,
The containers, there's no container
There's
in
no
an
container.
African household. Ati unachukua ice cream jar, you find ati ndani kuna nini ice cream. Ni maharagwe, ni githeri mtu wangu.
So having understood that sustainability is inherently African, it's something we do in our day-to-day lives, I figured let's begin something, a movement that could help us change the way we interact with Mother Earth and the way we interact with each other. So that is where ACC was born as a noble, let me say, birthday thing that I used to do. And then we grew it into a movement with Mr. Jackson here. So my background is actually in ecology. I am an interdisciplinary sustainability professional. I hold a master's. I've done a lot. I have 8 years in this space, and I felt that the way we're packaging it wasn't really working with young people. So let's change it. Let's have fun. Let's have drinks. Let's talk about sustainability as something that is artistic, it's immersive, something we can do in our day-to-day lives. So, yeah.
I'm a little bit curious on how you feel right now, going into feelings, because we've tried using social media as a platform for activism. And like most recently, I've been seeing posts of forests being cleared so that we can get to have development. So in the name of development, you're seeing a lot of hotels being built in spaces which were originally being inhabited by trees. And so my pain comes in when do we need roads more than we need fresh air? Do we need roads more than we need trees, basically? I don't know how you feel every time you see something like that. And yeah, because my dad is a sucker for trees. So every time we are doing a drive and my dad sees seedlings ama kitu kama hiyo, or a nursery somewhere, we have to alight and actually get a tree. So and he actually has like a mini forest, so that that's what he does. But most recently we realized that there's zero respect for trees, but it's affecting us directly or indirectly, depending on how we want to see it. So kindly just talk to us a little bit about how that makes you feel and what you think we can do to make sure that our voices are a little bit louder than they are.
I take that up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So first of all, we feel like how it makes me feel. It's not making me feel enough of what I should feel. Because what Muthoni and I noticed when we were actually coming together to start the movement is that there's a very huge disconnect. Take the typical Kenyan. I can even ask you, Claudia, when was the last time you actually stepped on grass, like barefoot?
Just the other day, actually.
Just the other day.
Samburu.
Mimi Samburu. We were having barbecue and best believe mimi siwezi natembea na sandals kwa nini? Mtupu.
Awesome.
Niko hapo.
Believe it or not, you are an outlier.
Yeah.
This is the typical profile of the average Kenyan. You live in an apartment, you board an Uber or matatu, unaenda job, in a building, stone building, leave, repeat, right?
Ukienda kucheza futa unacheza kwa turf.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So right now, ukiambia msee myang, you know, like, you know,
Unacheza mpira kwa rooftop.
Exactly.
Yeah, then you kweli.
So ukiambia msee myang right now, like 100 acres is actually being cleared. They'll just lament from the point of cognitively it's wrong, right? But there's no emotional attachment to it. That's what we noticed, yeah? And we're actually coming up with interventions from the wrong angle, because number one, do people even have a bandwidth to even have these conversations? Number two, is there an emotional weight to the trees, right? And that's when we decided we're gonna just do something where before we even start talking about how are young people going to be involved, number one, do young people care enough? Do they care from the point of them interacting intimately with her? And you talked about your dad.
Yeah.
With the trees, right? Yo mteki guzo juu anaiguzanga, you feel it, how the tree feels. We talked about Trufena hugging trees, right?
Yeah.
If that tree is chopped down, Trufena will actually feel it. Why? Because there's an emotional connection to that, right? So right now, I don't think as young people, mostly, we're at a point where we can discuss how we would feel if we saw trees actually being cleared. Why? Because there's a disconnect and we're not even aware of it because we live in a very fast-paced environment. And that is what ACC tries to solve. You can explain to them how. So it's a very beautiful plan. Yeah.
So our approach is to heal your mind, to heal your body, to connect you back to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
We are children of the earth. We are children of the earth, I mean. And I think, as Jack has clearly said, we are really disconnected. Hatuna hiyo personal touch. Tumejisahau kidogo.
Yeah.
Na si kupenda kwetu, ni venye life ilikuwa. I think we are mostly millennials in this room, yeah? So we grew up playing outside. Hatukuwa na
Gen Z. There's an imposter
Una
among
Gen
us.
Z?
Leave me be.
Pole basi. Lakini ulicheza kati?
Mimi nimecheza kila kitu. Me, I was such an active kid, a sports girl.
Yeah. So I think also being that we are really much connected to these devices lately, we are really tethered to them, and we're not in touch with ourselves as much. And if you cannot be in touch with your own ecosystem, then how do we expect you to be in touch with the ecosystem itself? And that disconnect is what we're trying to see if we can bridge a gap. Because if you're not connected with yourself, then how can we connect you? How can we expect you to do something about something that is a part of you? Because we are all the earth. Did you know that the earth is a living being, actually? So
it has a heartbeat.
Yes, it has a heartbeat.
Guys in NASA discovered that the world has a heartbeat, and you can actually feel the rate at which each beats. Sasa, as we finish, what's your call to action?
Sure.
We definitely want to join the movement, not silently and not because we're having this show, because sometimes you want to join a movement, but you don't know where to start. So kindly just talk to us and give us a call to action as we finish.
So before even the call to action, so what we've started also noticing, and the reason Modoni and I are very young, we've actually called together a team of very young people. We have one of our team members there, Elvis. He's actually our IT guru, and he's only 20 years. Right? Which is very interesting.
Shout out to him.
Because one of the things that we want to change with our movement is actually how people approach young people. There's usually a lot of condescending, directive and tones towards young people, where all the conversations we sit in, especially at the highest level in sustainability, conservation, it's always we want to mentor young people, we want to inform them, we want to tell them, but nobody thinks about what do young people know that we do not. How do they want to be engaged, right? We're trying to create a space where we show people that young people consume information differently, want to be engaged differently. The innovation also works a little bit differently. But if you come up with policies and interventions and programs and show them down their throats, and young people are like more than 70% of Kenya's population, right?
And Africa is also extremely young.
Exactly.
It's never been this young.
Exactly. So why don't we involve them in actually creating the policies that will govern them, right? Let them be part of the process. So that's what we want to do. So our call to action is we want young people to join our movement.
Yes.
Right? Come together, support this movement so that we can redirect resources back to the young people, right? Get them to tap into everything that exists there in that space so that they also get to direct and have a say in how they actually direct that and heal in the process.
So it is a potluck. Bring what you have, bring your skills, bring yourself. We actually have an event tomorrow at Naishola Gardens from 8 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. We'll be doing interesting things, somatic movements. We'll be changing waste into art. We'll be hugging trees like Trufena. You'll be taught how to breathe because you didn't breathe right. So
aromatherapy.
I will be doing some aromatherapy, and then afterwards we'll have conversations around exactly what is affecting us and how can we fix this thing. So I hope you can join us. Come on, unafanya nini kesho?
Kesho. Ninaweza kuambia lakini in private. Thank you so much, ACC. And of course, we have to make sure that you get an opportunity to support them. Apart from that, also make sure that you get to go to 1xBet, www.1xBet.